What's up YouTube? My name is Uncle Smokey, and this is Uncle Smokey Stock Trades. And before I start this video, I would like to say, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So please take what I say with a grain of salt, and do your own DD. Well, it's Sunday, it's super late, that means it's time for my prediction. And I'm sorry about it being so late, time just left me, it's gone. This whole trip from California has completely screwed up my entire clock. I still think it's about 5-6 o'clock in the evening. I can't help it, I'm struggling getting back on it. I know it's only like 3.5 days. But it really screwed with me. Anyhow, enough with that. First and foremost, how do you like the green screen, guys? I've started putting a new background in. This should be pretty interesting. I'm going to try and keep jazzing it up a little bit for you. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into this. First and foremost, Mmax shares. I've been hearing a lot of buzz on this on Twitter, on Reddit, and everything else, and I want to go ahead and kind of fill you all in. This is something that we've known is going to happen. No, it's not going to dilute the stock. Yes, it's going to pull it from the available free float. And we did cover on my video on Friday that the available free float has been shrunk. I mean, dramatically. We're somewhere in the 30s to 40 million range. That's it. That's all we've got available free float. And I would be willing to bet that the average retail investor has already consumed that free float. I don't think that there's any shares available to be traded. And now you've got these Mmax shares being converted over to Mmat shares, which are going to be all synthetic. Now, guys, don't worry about the whole word synthetic, okay? Just because it's a synthetic share doesn't mean that you don't own the right to that share. That just means that when the shit hits the fan, they are going to have to cover even more shares that don't even exist. As long as you hold your shares, the price can go to who knows. And we've seen that many a times on many different stocks that have been a short squeeze. And we are definitely a short squeeze candidate. Like I've said before, I don't want to see us squeezing until we're in the 10s or even a little higher, but if we can get there organically beforehand, great. But I got a feeling we've got something in store coming up here pretty quick. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the prediction. Generally, I'd be giving you 2 predictions, but today I am not going to do that. I've been struggling trying to figure out how I'm going to tell you it's going to go bear, and I don't think it's going to. If it does, it would just be because of the morning dip, and I would see at most 465. And that would just be because of a morning dip, and then an immediate correction going right back in the northerly direction. The one thing I want you to notice, we are currently hovering on that $4.76 mark. This is Sterling's mark. We've talked about this many, many, many times over. In fact, if we go ahead and blow this up and pull it out, you can see right here, this is the 1-day chart. Now, unfortunately, I can't get too much closer just because of the way. Oh yeah, I can. There we go. There we go. All right, so this green line is 476. We've tapped it and touched it many times. 1, 2, 3. Come down here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've rode this line many, many times. And generally, we can stay above it. When we tap it, we go above it. Now, we've used it as resistance a couple of times in the past, but not much. In fact, it was just right in here. We are at that level again. And what I'm looking for, and what I'm hoping for tomorrow, is an immediate push right off of this 476 line, shooting straight for 490. Now, I would expect for $4.90 to be a little bit of a resistance. It has acted as a resistance before, but if we can get back above this, trade above it for a respectable amount of time, half hour, 45 minutes would be great, then you could expect for this to turn back into support. Now, if we're firing on all cylinders tomorrow, it's probably going to blast right through it, probably push right up to $5. $5 will be a massive level of resistance, especially from all the way down here at 476. Expect for a test and bounce off of it once, maybe twice, before it finally breaks through. I do think we're going to see some serious volume tomorrow. I think it's going to step up. We might even go up into the teens tomorrow as far as volume goes. And again, that's not a definite thing. We don't know that for sure. We'll only know tomorrow. But I have a strong feeling that with all of the action that's happened, first and foremost, AWE was great. Ken came out with a great interview on that Squire. That was super bullish. It spoke volumes into people's ears. And then also the Mmax conversion stuff. That's going to factor a lot in. If that hasn't all converted over yet, you're going to have a lot of that being pressure into the market as well, because now they're having the brokers are having to come up with shares to do this conversion, and yeah, that's going to create buying pressure. So again, also you have options. Options chain expiration is this week. So let's go ahead and look at the options. All right, here we are in the options chain. So here is this week's expiration. And if you look here, it's not astronomical, but it's still high. At the $6 strike, we've got 10,000 in open interest. That is 1 million shares. That if we can get all the way up to this, then, they have to cover that. So we've talked about this before, hedging and unhedging. As we come closer to this, the hedge funds will have to start buying up the shares to be able to cover these calls that in the instance people decide that they want to exercise them. They will have to they will buy these shares in preparation. It doesn't mean that they're going to exercise them, but the hedge funds want to be ready for that. The market makers want to be ready for that. So that will create more buying pressure as well. And this is throughout the week. And so that's another very bullish thing that we have going for us this week, it being options expiration week. Now, also, it can be a bearish thing as well. That means the hedge funds are going to be trying extra hard to keep the price down below those numbers. So always keep that in mind. Yes, it's great that we've got a lot of open interest right up in here. The $5 strike's extremely high. Keep that in mind. The $5 strike's extremely high. If the stock starts to move, you could see this $5 option start coming into the money really, really quick. Now, I do know that theta has kicked in, so that means that the current break even is probably pretty high. But if you don't already have that option, you're looking to swing options quickly, $5 could possibly be a good number. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. That is one I would trade, though. However, it looks like, again, this 10,000 open interest, if we can see $6, it's going to be a lot more buying pressure. 550 is where you would really start seeing the buying pressure, in all honesty. If you think about it, they're going to want to hedge this. They're going to want to start buying these before it gets there, long before it gets there. So 550, they're going to start buying these shares up and it'll actually push it to 6. It's a very good possibility that could push it to 6. So just keep that in mind. And that's, again, for later on in the week. Back to what we were talking about. I V-lined again. Here we go. All right, so where were we at? We were at that $5 range. If we can get back up above $5 and hold above $5 and more volume keeps pouring in, $5.10 would be relatively easy. $5.20 is one of your next big levels, between $5.20 and $5.30 right in here. This is a range that we've struggled to push through in the past to $5.35. I don't foresee us getting that far tomorrow, but if we do, fan-freaking-tastic. I'll take every moment of it. If we break through $5.30, I'm sorry, $5.35, $5.50 would probably be our next major level of resistance. Again, I don't see it going that far, but heck, I'll take $5 any day of the week from what we've been seeing. And that's ultimately where I see us ending the day tomorrow, guys. I see $5 to $5.20 finish tops at the end of the day. And that's, again, depending on volume. Buying volume is key. If we don't have a whole lot of volume, $4.90 to $5 would be our end. With that being said, that's all I got for you today. Like, subscribe, make sure you're commenting for the algorithms below. It is very, very important that you guys comment and share these videos. Get it out into the waves. Me putting it on Twitter is one thing. Me putting it on Facebook is another thing. But if you guys put it on Twitter and Facebook, it shares it to the people you know. And then maybe they'll get in tune with Meta, and that creates more buying pressure. So just always keep that in mind. It's almost like do you remember Tupperware back in the day? You could buy Tupperware with your family, and then if you told your friends and they could buy the Tupperware, then it was a vicious cycle. A pyramid scheme, if you want. Same kind of situation. Making people aware of what's going on will help them encourage them to want to buy the stock. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying, hey, go buy the stock. That's not what I'm saying. Help people understand what they could potentially be investing in. Peace.